Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, they have a new pitch notes for FIFA connectivity and responsiveness efforts. It's been a while since we've heard about these pitch notes. I think it's been since last year. I don't even remember reading them this year. So I'm kind of curious to see what they say because some people were listening to me on Twitter, and they were saying that there was some juicy stuff. So as I am probably the gameplay enthusiast guy in regards to inconsistent gameplay, let's review this pitch notes. So connectivity is always... Whoa, you guys hear that voice crack? Connectivity is always an important topic given the growth and scale of the FIFA community, and you've made it clear in the latest video. We get to share some of the information, making our own connectivity. Okay, I don't want to read the generic stuff. We're working on optimizing the online FIFA experience daily, as there isn't one single quick fix to this challenge. Not for any game, and especially not for FIFA given its size and scale. This is our challenge and one we're committed to improving for all of you. We're going to be as transparent as we can be. Below are some steps we're taking. And we'll provide additional updates to you as we get them. Oh god, here we go. Let's see if they are transparent. Why haven't you made this better yet? It's been 7+ years. It's a pretty good question to ask, you know. In short, online connectivity is a complex set of interactions and often depends on the type of game you're playing. The connection you have that provides the providers that service your connection, and of course your location. These issues aren't something that can be improved with a single patch. The solutions require careful consideration and prioritization. We know that the internet is generally designed to provide stable connections towards everyday activities like downloading, web browsing, and streaming. Optimizing for precise gaming at this scale is a unique challenge, especially in one-on-one gameplay scenarios that are core to sports and fighting games in which both players need to have all inputs and on-screen actions directly tied to what the other player experiences. Defining what we're talking about and what we're working on. Okay. Since our last update, our team has been working towards identifying and optimizing for 4 critical areas. We thought it would be worth defining these here because, for example, what you might call speed-up lag might mean something entirely different to someone else. Here are the key terms and infrastructure we'll use here and in future posts. Button responsiveness, how quickly the game responds to your inputs, something referred to as input lag/delay. Input loss, when an input is performed correctly on a controller but it is not reflected in game, sometimes referred to as buttons not registering. Game speed, when the online gameplay does not appear to be running at the expected speed, sometimes referred to as playing on ice skates. Game feels slow, playing in mud, or players not getting enough traction. Temporary freezing, when the online gameplay freezes for any amount of time during a match, sometimes referred to as a micro stutter. We have been actively working on these things, and they're not the only factors we're testing and trying to improve. And there are often trade-offs that we have to consider when optimizing the game. For example, the game stutters when packets are getting stuck over the internet. We have intentionally made the game more responsive over the years, which means that if you have a slower internet connection, that you could see more stutters. We could artificially smooth this out, but that would result in greater delay for other players. Below are a few additional areas we are working on to enhance the overall experience as we investigate solutions. Some of these will not bring immediate changes to the gameplay experience, but it's important to understand that there are many factors to consider as we go. And we have ongoing investigations and planned live tests to continue strengthening the experience. Live testing. Some connectivity and responsiveness solutions require live testing in order to gain a real-world understanding of their impact. We are in the process of setting up and conducting this testing with limited groups of key players. These tests will provide us with valuable data that will inform future actions taken by our team. The first ones will be looking at button responsiveness and input loss. You can expect to hear more about some of these scenarios early in the new year. Gameplay latency investigations and improvements. We are continuing to capture data through gameplay responsiveness surveys with key members of the community to better assist in latency investigations. Our most recent survey happened last week, and it is the 3rd time we've won one like this since launch. The data generated from these servers allow us to identify key areas of improvement and is helping to drive solutions around the topics noted above. This is way more than they've ever posted before. Just these terms that they used over here, it's pretty funny. Playing on ice skates, game feels slow, playing in mud, players not getting enough traction. Interesting. Since FIFA 20's launch, we've added a new data center and moved 8 additional data centers to optimize our global network, which now consists of 15 locations across 6 continents. We're currently investigating where it would make sense to add additional data centers in order to improve the matchmaking experience for as many players as possible. As we add more locations, we need to balance a trade-off between a higher likelihood of a good connection for a player and the size of the player pool connecting to each data center to help ensure optimal matchmaking. Sometimes the data center that's closest to you isn't the one that's going to give you the best experience. This is because some internet service providers don't always move data directly from point A to point B. The matchmaking system. In October, we made a modification to the matchmaking system in FIFA Ultimate Team. This change was targeted to help increase the quality of online matches by updating rules around acceptable ideal ping thresholds, which is worse this year than it was last year. We have seen some initial ping improvements across matches globally, and we will continue to monitor the matchmaking system and make adjustments as needed. Like I said, it's worse this year than it was last year. My NetDuma router no longer works. When I try to plug it in power-wise, it does the power cycle, so I no longer could do tests with my NetDuma router. Probably going to get the... like a different one. I don't even know like what's popping with that, but we'll see. But yeah, I can't do any more NetDuma tests. But as you guys remember, when I did do the NetDuma tests, I had like 40-ish ping. Now 40-ish ping, it would be a miracle to some people, but people don't really understand what I was trying to say. Last year when I used to connect to the servers, it was 25, 30 ping. And then nowadays it's like 40-ish, 50-ish, right? So to say that there has been ping improvements isn't entirely true. But are they aware that my ping improvements were worse? Yes, because I showed them and they showed their team and they went on from there. So maybe it did help for some people, for sure, but it definitely didn't for me. So, yeah. However, that doesn't really correlate with good and bad gameplay because that's kind of different things. People think that that's the same, but it's not. I can have 10 ping, but still have bad gameplay because of the way that the game is. And we'll talk about that after we read this whole thing. Our priority with matchmaking system is to ensure an optimal and fair online experience. We need to then balance and trade off between 3 main factors when tuning our matchmaking: opponent connection quality, skill level gap, and the overall time a player must wait to find a suitable opponent. Each factor must be carefully weighed to maintain a well-balanced experience. We're also looking at more ways for players to see in-game information about their connection status. Okay. We'd also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge and thank all of you who have been instrumental in sharing feedback and working hand in hand with us through this process. We recognize you want more updates, and our aim is to deliver that as we move forward. We will keep the conversation with you going, keep telling us what you're experiencing, and we'll keep telling you what we're doing to help your online experience. Okay. So in all fairness, they've definitely shared more in regards to gameplay and consistency. I think they really went more in depth with it, with telling you how irrelevant results are in this game, because it literally tells you all the different types of gameplays you can get in this game, with buttons not registering, players playing on ice skates, game feels slow, playing in mud, blah blah, game speed, right? So it's an interesting concept. Now, I've seen some replies to this on Twitter. I'm not condoning the fact that EA hasn't fixed inconsistent gameplay, because I'm not. But the issue, the reason why it hasn't been fixed quickly, is because it is not strictly because of connection. Okay? Because if you guys remember, I always bring up this story. Okay? I always bring up this story. And people need to remember this when they look at these pitch notes. Okay? It's not a matter of, let's just get this connection working, because then the connection is going to be the issue that solves everything. It's not just a matter of that. It's a way more advanced issue that literally exists absolutely nowhere else. It may exist in their other EA Sports franchise sports games and stuff. I don't know. I've never played NHL. I've never played football. I don't know if they have slow and responsive gameplay, slow and sluggish gameplay, slow and not responsive, fast and responsive. The gameplay I had at 6 o'clock yesterday for the Diego Carlos review, playable and pretty nice gameplay. Like, I don't know if other EA Sports franchises have that, but I know that FIFA does, and I know that FIFA has had that for 7+ years, because when your boy used to complain about it in FIFA 15, not a single soul talked about it, okay? Only became a thing recently when Foot Champs was added, right? So, the thing that I'm going to tell you guys, and I really need you guys to trust me, and I keep telling this to people all the time, is that this issue is not, and I'm not going to say it's not an easy fix, because I got to be one of those people, but the amount of money that EA makes for this issue not to be fixed yet is embarrassing. I have to say that, because it is embarrassing, okay? However, the issue with gameplay is way more advanced. It was FIFA 16 or 17. You guys, some of you guys may have watched those videos when I used to do gameplay testing. The story I always tell people is this one specifically, because this gameplay issue also exists offline. I don't know entirely nowadays, which it probably does, but I need to say this. Back in FIFA 16 or 17, there was a day that I started my stream at like 1 or 2 o'clock, and I streamed for a full 10 hours. I still remember this day because you guys can ask one of my mods, Raz, because I remember him being there, I remember CL Branchy being there, and I remember Bearded being there, okay? Because Raz was in my chat when I was talking about it, and Bearded and CL Branchy were in my Discord when I was talking about it. I went into a game of kickoff because I won every single game that day in the 10-hour thing. But you guys know it's not about results, but I have to say the results because people think it's about results. This is the pure indication of talking shit about the gameplay is not results. It's right in front of your face now, okay? So for anyone who still wants to say it's because you suck at the game, there you go, okay? I played the whole day. I played like 10 hours. I went into a kickoff, and I remember because Dani Alves was still in Barcelona, whichever FIFA that was. It might have been the last one that he was at Barcelona, right? I remember specifically, I told my stream, guys, I'm going to go try out the kickoff mode right now, and I want to see what the gameplay feels like over there. I went into kickoff, Barcelona versus Real Madrid, or whoever the hell it was. I don't remember, but I remember using Dani Alves specifically. The way that you tested gameplay before was driven pass, control, instant fake shot. If you did that smoothly without any feeling of restriction, you would have been fine, right? So I was doing that in the beginning, and I can feel this emphasis and stuff, and I was like, you know what, guys? That's going to do it for the stream today. I'll see you guys later, blah, blah, blah. My controller was left on. This was on the Xbox One. My console was left on. I forgot to turn it off for kickoff. Went to get something to eat, came back downstairs. I resume the same kickoff match, and my gameplay was good. It wasn't playable. It was good. Like, people don't understand the reason why I fight for gameplay all the time. You guys don't know how addicting it is when the gameplay is good. It's really fun to play. Because when you're a football fan and you get that gameplay, the thing that courses through my body is not getting it all the time, okay? Because I love football, and when I can't play it properly all the time, it bothers me, okay? Probably not gonna be as toxic as I was in the past in regards to these types of videos, because I'm tired, to be honest. But it's not just a connectivity issue. Was it because I connected to a server for me to go into kickoff, and then all of a sudden it was good? Like, what changed in that same kickoff game that I never left? I just paused it and then came back to it. What changed for it to be good? All of a sudden it happens at nighttime. Something is really messed up in the game. That's what I want people to understand. It's not just a matter of like going to Call of Duty and being like, okay, we fixed connection. Because I'm telling you guys this right now, you can have 10 ping in this game and your gameplay won't be good. Or it's not that it won't be good, it won't be consistently good. You will still get bad and good gameplay. This issue is way more advanced. I really want people to understand that. I know I keep religiously talking about it, but it's not just a matter of like fix your servers. It's so much more advanced than that, because how can my gameplay change from kickoff in the same match? I didn't have to reconnect to a server in that same kickoff match. So what caused the change, right? So I just want you guys to understand that. I just wanted to make this video to kind of clarify certain things. Am I happy that they're still looking into the issue and they went more advanced with it to the community? Yes, because now if you stream or you do the gameplay stuff and people think that this game is relevant in regards to like the skilled concept of gameplay, you just show them this. And that's it, right? Don't get me wrong, they're still good players. You know what I'm saying? There's still Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, Division 4, so on and so forth. There's that skill gap right there exists. But there's not a consistent skill gap of a top 100 player should never lose to a gold 2 player. It's just, and it happens many times because of gameplay inconsistencies and because of the way that the game is, right? So that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Didn't want to make this too long. Just wanted to brush up on the things. I'm happy that they're looking into the issues more. But at the same time, I'm not satisfied. I would have been satisfied if they put this out 4 years ago. Because 2 or 3 years of dealing with it, sure, whatever. But 7+ years of it makes it less acceptable, in my opinion. But something being done is better than nothing being done. Because when I was the crazy one in the community, it's kind of hard to prove and show that this stuff right here existed, right? So thank you guys for watching the video. I really do appreciate it. I will catch you guys for the player reviews later today. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys. Bye.